This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Mark Ketcher from the Standard Speaker and our Lisa Sugar discuss the upcoming election and more next. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching FYI. I'm Ken Karen. Here's tonight's headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Congressman Lou Barletta has undergone a successful cardiac catheterization at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia to clear a blocked artery near his heart. The procedure was done yesterday, and the congressman was expected to return home later this afternoon. He expects to return to Washington, D.C. on Monday. Teachers hit the picket lines this morning in the Shenandoah Valley School District. However, word came out today that they will not remain on the picket line for very long. That's because the teachers will return to the classroom this Thursday. Shenandoah Valley Education President Richard Warner delivered a letter to the district administration office today informing officials that teachers will return to class on Thursday. Approximately 24 teachers hit the picket line this morning as classes were getting ready to begin. They carried signs that read, "We teach, we care, be fair." Again, teachers will be back in class on Thursday. Some good news today for the borough of West Hazleton. The borough has been awarded a grant by the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development's Early Intervention Program. State Representative Jared Mullery announced that grant in the amount of $35,000. The grant allows West Hazleton to hire an independent financial consultant to prepare a financial plan and for management review. West Hazleton Borough Council voted last year to participate in this program after a petition the state to exit the Act 47 program for distressed communities. Hazleton police are looking for a Jeep that struck a Hazleton teenager and did not stop. It happened around 9 p.m. last night. Police described the vehicle as a gray-colored Jeep 4x4. It was traveling north on Pine Street in the area of Hawthorne Street when it struck the female teen pedestrian. The vehicle then traveled north on Pine Street. It reportedly had front-end damage. The teen was transported to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. There's no word on her condition. Anyone with information on the hit and run is asked to call Hazleton Police by dialing 911. Lisa Sugart and the managing editor of the Standard Speaker, Mark Ketcher, are all ready to talk local politics and a local road that has people talking.
Well, Mark, hard to believe, 1 week from today, we will have Election Day and people will be heading to the polls for the primary election. And I know the Standard Speaker's been doing a good job in keeping us up to date. And we want people to be aware that there is a change this year in West Hazleton when they head to the polls next week.
Right, there is. Previously, voters in West Hazleton voted by ward. There were several wards, and they voted based on where the candidate lived. So they picked their council, men and women, that way. But there's a change this year. It's at-large voting. So folks in West Hazleton will go to the polls and select who they believe are the best candidates at large for the entire borough. And of course this happens in many other municipalities. Voters are used to it. But in West Hazleton it was something that was done years ago, and it really never went away until that change was made recently. So this will be the first time that they're voting across council for all candidates.
And if anybody wants to know about the candidates, all they have to do is watch the Standard Speaker because you have them both online and in the physical paper.
Right, absolutely. We had preview on West Hazleton today in today's edition, as you mentioned, and we have everything else on the website, standardspeaker.com. In the coming days, we'll be previewing other races. We'll have the school board coming up later in the week. Coriel Stevens is running for Supreme Court Justice, and that's an interesting situation. So we'll be speaking to him and looking at the other candidates in that race, so people know, where the candidates are and where they stand. And the other thing I want to mention is that we previewed the mayor of Hazleton race and city council previously on Sunday and Monday. So you could find those old stories on standardspeaker.com along with our voters guide as well.
And of course, you will see all the election coverage here starting at 8 o'clock on election night on SSPTV, and we'll be working with Mark and everyone down at the Standard Speaker. Other stories in the paper today that we've been reading about, some concerns over Hazel Township Boulevard.
Yeah, this has come up again. It came up at a supervisors meeting on Monday night, and they discussed the condition of the road and also the money that was spent on it. Of course, there are differing opinions on how appropriate it was if it was done correctly. But going forward, there will be some repairs that need to be that need to be made to that road, and the debate will continue. We're going to have another story later in this week talking about that road, how it was built, how it was paid for, and we'll have reaction from someone else very close to the story. So I just encourage readers to keep an eye out for that.
All righty. Well, thanks, Mark. We're going to be talking more about the election in the coming days. And remember to mark your calendars for next Tuesday, head to the polls, and then watch it on SSPTV at 8 p.m. and read all about it at standardspeaker.com and also in the Standard Speaker itself. Mark, we'll be talking to you soon.
Mark and Lisa, thank you. In other news, a former Hazleton police chief is officially Pennsylvania's new state adjutant general. By unanimous vote, the state Senate confirmed Major General James Joseph to the post that oversees the Pennsylvania National Guard and the State Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. The former city police chief also served as executive director of the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency. A former drugstore in Tamaqua was scheduled to go on the auction block today. The former CVS store on East Broad Street closed back in 2006 due to structural deficiencies. The more than 10,000 square foot property was set for bid at noon today by Transun Auction. A search for a Jim Thorpe boy had a happy ending. 12-year-old Mason Pacholski was located just before 7 p.m. last night. The boy went missing yesterday morning just after 7 a.m. Well, did you know that more than 800,000 people suffer a stroke each year in the United States? In fact, stroke is the 5th leading cause of death and a major cause of disability. A stroke occurs when a blood vessel that brings oxygen and nutrients to the brain bursts or is clogged. With this in mind, the Gunderson Rehabilitation Center at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton will host a free stroke screening this Thursday from 9 p.m. until noon on the 6th floor of the hospital. The screening is free, but space is limited, so to register, call 570-501-4632. If you're looking for good news, the Standard Speaker is making it easier to find. The Standard Speaker now has a community page that they will feature Monday through Saturday in the newspaper. It will feature local people doing good for the community and interesting events taking place in your backyard.
We hear a lot from people. They say all you read in the newspapers is the negative stuff. You know, all you hear about is the bad news. That's not necessarily the case, and it really never has been the case. We've had a lot of good community news in our newspaper for many years. This change was just really a way to highlight it and showcase some of the good stuff that's going on.
You'll be seeing a lot of work from the Standard Speaker's Jill Whalen, who writes some great feature stories for the paper. Well, coming up next on FYI, we go to Giant in West Hazleton, or in Hazleton, to talk about a big-time honor that they received. And a little later in sports, we'll talk with some Cougars and Lady Cougars who are competing at Tuesday's District 2 Track and Field Championships.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Hi, it's Lori O'Gurkis with Brandon's Forever Home and our Care for Kids segment. This week we're talking about Brandon's Forever Home, and I'm going to be able to show you exclusively the work that we've been doing within the house, especially right now is our teen girl population. Teen girls, of course, like any mother out there, father who are out there, they want to fit in, they want to be part of society, and they want to look like everyone else, and they want the opportunity to be able to shop at any time free of charge. That's what Brandon's Forever Home provides. Through my experience, I've seen children who've come into the system, and unfortunately society thinks of them as less than. Not that there's something wrong with it, a hand-me-down, Goodwill, or Salvation Army, but there's that label as far as foster children that they don't necessarily deserve the best of the best. And when we got together and started being advocates for children in foster care, we saw that that was something that was missing. So we created Brandon's, and in turn, through the generosity of this community, through the generosity of corporations, through the generosity of partnerships, we've been able to provide teen girls with this beautiful room that they will be able to come up and select free of charge items that they need. Toiletries, clothing, Ugg boots, anything and everything that a child can come in here and feel like, I dreamed maybe of a better life, And not only is it the items, but it's also the interaction with people within the community like myself, Tara Hill, Janine, that we let them know that we are there for them and we are going to support them while they are in the child welfare system. So thank you for spending this moment with me with Care for Kids.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
State Route 309, the Route 66 of our area. You can visit a giant cow up north in Wilkes-Barre, and down south you could go see some iron pigs. But you can get to Coca-Cola Park from 309, even though it's not right on 309. Anyway, moving on to our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 47 degrees, breezy, winds from 16 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 33 miles per hour. Wednesday on our extended forecast, mostly sunny with a high near 59 degrees, wind around 16 miles per hour with gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. Wednesday night will be mostly clear, it gets chilly, our low around 39 degrees. Thursday looks sunny with a high near 64. Thursday night mostly cloudy, our low of 44 degrees. Friday there's a 30% chance of showers, but it'll be mostly cloudy day with a high near 67. Friday night 50% chance of showers, low around 53. On Saturday another 50% chance of showers, our high will be 72, and Saturday night 30% chance of showers, our low will be 56 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
What does it take for a company to be named Retailer of the Year? Well, Grocery Headquarters magazine chose Giant and Martin's as the 2015 Chain Retailer of the Year. Headquartered in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, Giant Martin's operates nearly 200 grocery stores in Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia, including right here in Hazelton. It also employs more than 33,000 associates combined. The magazine cited Giant's new Operation Thunder program of locked-in low prices on key perishables, along with bakery breads and cakes and many everyday items in customers' grocery baskets with locked-in prices. It also recognized popular promotions like gas points that reward shoppers with discounts on gallons of gas at Giant gas stations for every dollar they spend. FYI stopped by the local retailer to talk with them about this national recognition and how the store sees its role right here in this community.
Grocery Headquarters, a national retailing magazine, has named Giant Food the top retail chain for 2015, so it's very exciting. A lot of good things happening at Giant Foods and a lot of good reasons for that recognition. As you know, Giant is very deeply committed to the community. They recognize our local focused buying power, our emphasis on nutrition, and most importantly, our dedicated associates.
You mentioned the community well, so there's proof right here you guys are in the community. Can you name just a little bit of what you're doing to help out our area?
Certainly. Our biggest partner right now, I'm going to have to say, is our Hazelton Integration Project, the community center. We are very happy to be partnered with them. We are also joining hands with the Hazelton YMCA, the Catholic Social Services, and also I have been fortunate enough to be asked to sit on the board of the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce this past month. So it's very exciting for us here in Hazelton.
I think you gave me your background, but when I read the press release a little bit too, the way you treat your employees as well, give me your little history with Giant and your experience with that. Is that a very positive factor of working here and maybe why they recognized you too?
I believe so. I think, first of all, it comes from the leadership at Giant Foods. We have been treated very well as store managers for the company, and that filters down to your associates, who in turn are able to give that back to the customers. Our associates, as you know, right now we have raised the minimum hiring wage to $9 an hour, which is outstanding, and the associate commitment from Giant Foods is exceptional.
And meanwhile, store manager Janine Wolchik also earned special recognition as she was just named one of the Progressive Grocer's top women in grocery for 2015. And now on FYI, it's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 28, pick 3, 677, pick 4, 9447, and pick 5, 26574. We talk track and field in sports next. And your local lottery number is brought to you on FYI by Boyer Insurance Agency, with 2 locations to serve you. One is on Sugarloaf Avenue in Cunningham and the other is on Broad Street in Nescapec. You can reach them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The District 2 AAA track and field meet got underway this afternoon, and I spoke with some of the key players on Monday at Hazelton area's track and field practice. The first group that you're going to hear from is the girls 4x1 relay team. Now you're going to hear stories of how these athletes got their start, how they progressed this year, and in senior Nicole Burley's case, how happy she is to be back on the track after battling an injury last season.
Yeah, how good were you your freshman year? What was your freshman year like? Was it like, oh, I'm going to go to districts, or was it like,
oh no, I didn't really take it seriously my freshman year. My sophomore year is when I got more involved. My relay team broke the school record, and that's when I decided to take it a lot more seriously.
Was that the 4x1 relay, or was that a different relay?
Yes, the 4x1.
You were new to the group this year.
I got thrown into it at districts last year, which actually was a good experience because we got third. So now I'm fully in it this year.
Tell me about being thrown into it at districts last year. Give me the situation. Like, you're just sitting there. How did this all come about?
I was actually eating a hot dog, and Allie came up to me and said, "Put your spikes on, you have to do the 4x1.
Okay.
And I was very nervous.
And did you immediately respond? Did you finish the hot dog? Like, what happened?
I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't tell you.
Tell me about this 4x1 team. Have you been running with them all year, and just talk about running with these girls?
We have. We started off a little bit rocky. You know, our handouts were always good. It's just our time wasn't what we wanted and what we expected. But recently, within the past week, we dropped 2 seconds, which is pretty.
How'd you do that?
I think it's just the weather, everything, everyone getting stronger. You know, everything has an impact.
What do you feel you improved at this year, from your start of your freshman year to now? What have you really gotten better at?
Definitely my speed in the relay, because I would get really nervous and I just give up, but now I know to push harder and finish it.
Did you always enjoy running? Did it ever become work like that, or have you just always enjoyed it?
I've always enjoyed it and just really got into it my freshman year, like competitively, and just enjoyed it ever since. It's just been such a journey from freshman to senior year, and just really appreciate it a lot more now.
Do you ever go out for a casual run where you just go out, appreciate whatever's around you? Do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, Sunday long runs, when you just have to get that the day after a race or a meet or something like that, just a casual, easy long run.
What have you grown to like about pole vault that kept you with it? Was it you started having success, or just truly start to enjoy it, or both?
Honestly, the thrill, you know, getting flung up in the air and free falling, you know, however high you're going, it's great.
Are you going to miss it? Because I take it this is something you can't just go and buy pole vaulting equipment.
Absolutely. I've been thinking about that every day.
Really?
Yep.
How'd you get in the shot put? How'd that end up being your event?
To be honest, it was sophomore year. Me and my friend were trying out throwing events, and it just came the easiest to me, or most natural, I guess. I wasn't good at javelin or discus.
Do you ever throw the jav now just for fun?
Just for fun with me and my friend. I try to beat him, but I just can't.
Who do you throw with? Is it Zach?
Yeah, Zach, my friend Zach. Yeah.
Because he ever beat you? I guess can't beat you in shot put.
No, I beat him in shot. He beats me in jab. Just how it goes.
It seems interesting to say, going away from the individual 400 to concentrate on the relay. What was the reason for that? I mean,
this year we have a good chance of getting to the state championship with the 4x8. So I'm really focusing on that. I want to get, like, just rather than going by ourselves to the state championship, it'd be good to go with a group of guys.
More the merrier.
Yeah.
What's your event? If I had to ask you, what is your event?
I'm the best in the 400, but I'm excied for the 4x4.
Are you? Yeah. What are you guys excited about these relays? Is it the team aspect? What do you like about it?
Yeah, the adrenaline gets pumping and everybody gets to win. So.
Who are you running with?
Steph Scalliott, Brendan Lohr, and Matt Hauser.
Tell me about the team. What are kind of the expectations for you guys? I mean, you guys thinking states? Or?
We have the school record for the 4x4, so yeah, we're expected. We're seeded 2, so we should be up there.
Did you guys get the record this year?
Yeah.
When was it?
Just last meet, we ran in the Schuylkill relay.
Did you feel it coming? Did you feel with this group there was something special?
No, not really.
Really?
We just like sort of thrown them together, but we did it, so.
The Zach that Nick Seach was talking about is Zach Zukowski, senior javelin thrower. We're from the track to the FYI Standard Speaker Scoreboard, brought to you by Sand Springs Country Club Golf Course. Having a bachelor party? Start the day off right with 18 holes of golf at the area's premier golf course, Sand Springs. Contact Rick at 570-788-5845, extension 1. To the scoreboard now, the Tamaqua Lady Raiders, the wild card team in the Schuylkill League softball playoffs, are off to the title game. They won in extra innings against Tri-Valley, and it sets up a rematch with Pottsville, who beat the Lady Raiders over the weekend to take the league's Division I championship. The Hazelton area softball team beat Crestwood on senior night in Hazel Township, and Holy Redeemer beat MMI. The Penn State Hazelton and Penn State Schuylkill softball teams, they met in the USCAA playoffs loser bracket. PSUH got the win, and then they knocked off St. Joseph's Brooklyn. They'll play their third game of the day Tuesday at 8 p.m. If they win there, they'll be in the losers bracket final. Penn State Schuylkill will play for 9th place in the nation tomorrow against PSU Brandywine. In local baseball, MMI picks up a victory behind a strong performance by Ed Herbiner, and Dallas, they beat Hazelton area in girls lacrosse. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins are in a bit of a pickle. They lost Game 4 of their Eastern Conference semifinal against Manchester at home, and now they trail in the best-of-7 series 3 games to 1. Russ Kanzler, he went 0 for 3 in the Iron Pigs loss on Monday night. The Rail Riders, they also took a loss to Norfolk. Happy Wing Night! It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the third round of kindergarten registration for the Hazelton Area School District will be held at the Hazelton Area Career Center cafeteria on the following dates: Tuesday, May 19th and Wednesday, May 20th. In order to register for kindergarten, children must be 5 years of age on or before September 1st. All registrations will be done by appointment only. For more information, just call 570-459-3111, extension 3000. Our next announcement: Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, will be holding a free meal on Saturday, May 16th from noon to 2 p.m. In honor of Armed Forces Day, all are welcome to attend, especially all of the military and veterans. And finally tonight, Penn State Hazelton's Continuing Education Office is once again hosting summer youth camps for students entering grades 1 through 9 in fall of 2015. Several different camps will be held all summer long, with a full schedule and registration available at www.hn.psu.edu/ce/youth.htm. Or for more information, please call 570-450-3110. At tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. William P. Kennedy, formerly of Hazel Township. Services were held Tuesday under the direction of the Joseph P. Conahan Funeral Home. Gerald Javanna of Freeland. Masses Friday at 10 a.m. in the Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Stephen J. Dubitsky of Hazelton. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonnet Funeral Home. Arrangements are under the direction of the H. Merritt Hughes Funeral Home. And finally, Martha Eberhard of McAdoo. Services will be held at the convenience of the family and under the direction of the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home.
Hey, remember to check out the Standard Speaker's community page in the newspaper from Monday through Saturday. You can also go to standardspeaker.com/community. Go to standardspeaker.com for breaking news and facebook.com/FYI News 13. We'll see you on Wednesday. Take it easy, everyone.